Welcome to yet another edition of Nation Watch. Today I am going to talk about the relationship between China and the US. The basic problem between these two nations is China wants to become number one and the US does not want China to become number one. US want to be number one position and China want to become number one position. So US want to retain its position while China is trying to take over US. So this tussle is going on for quite some time, maybe for a decade, and then this gives a lot of tension between both the countries. So the US doesn't want China to grow. For this reason, what US is doing is it has stopped the supply of very critical electronic components called chips to China. So China's manufacturing sector is suffering because of what of this raw material. So in retaliation to this one, what China is doing, China is supplying some rare earth material like germanium, gallium to back to the US. So US may not have raw material to produce the chips. So a chip war is going on between US and China, but this is going to be affect most of other countries also. During the pandemic, there are very shortage of silicon. Since silicon is the same raw material for the vaccine also, so there is a heavy shortage of silicon, and then most of the IC production was delayed beyond an year or so. If you see to the website of component dealers, the delivery time will be around 54 weeks, 58 weeks, 60 weeks. Things are stabilized, but once again, this chip war between US and China may disturb once again the chip manufacturing in all the nations around the world. Let us see what is going to happen in the coming days. But mostly these sanctions only increase the price of the component, otherwise everybody is getting the component wherever they want. There are a lot of sanctions against Russia, but against Russia is getting all the material through some other country. Even the seller knows that the material ends up in Russia, but as long as he is getting money, he doesn't bother. He doesn't bother whether the goes into Russia or not, because then most of the countries make a joke of this sanction. So same thing may happen to this chip war also. China may try to export this rare earth material through some other country, and then US may get the supply. Only thing is what will happen, the price of this component may go up by some maybe 10%, 20%, but the supplies may continue to come to various nations. This is the developing story. Let us meet in yet another session of Nation Watch. And see you. Tata. Bye bye.